SS Western Reserve, and get ready because today's video has an amazing ending. The Western Reserve was launched on August 20th, 1890, and she was built by the Cleveland Shipbuilding Company of Cleveland, Ohio. The Reserve was actually the first steel-plated lake freighter on the Great Lakes, and she was invented by Peter G. Minch, a ship's captain, designer, and operator who was pioneering the industrialization of bulk carrier freight service all over on the Great Lakes. The Reserve came in at a length of 301 feet. She had a beam of 41 feet, a drew of 21 feet, and she was actually very similar to the ship SSWH Gilcher. All of this new steel plating and swapping out wooden hulls allowed these ships to carry heavier loads, which would make it even faster to deliver through ports on the Great Lakes. The Western Reserve also had a 3-cylinder triple expansion steam engine. That's right, you guessed it. This came in at 14 miles an hour or 12 knots, which pushed her along on the lakes. The Reserve could also carry 22 crew members and 6 passengers aboard her. The Reserve also had a tonnage of 2,392 gross tons. She also could carry a net tonnage of 1,965 tons. On August 30th, 1892, on Lake Superior, the SS Western Reserve was loaded down with ballast, and she was traveling upbound to 2 harbors. This was a port serving the Minnesota Iron Ranges for cargoes of iron ore. At around 9 p.m., the Reserve ran into a terrible storm at about 60 miles above Whitefish Point. Suddenly, and with a loud crash, the Reserve broke in two and sank within 10 minutes. Somewhere in all of this confusion, all 21 crew members and 6 passengers were actually able to get off into 2 lifeboats. 17 people, including Captain Minch and his family, got into the wooden lifeboats. The rest of the 10 people got into a metal lifeboat. However, it tragically capsized in the storm. The wooden lifeboat was only able to pick up 2 survivors from the adjacent lifeboat. Throughout the night, the wooden lifeboat remained afloat until about 7 a.m. when it too capsized. This was about 1 mile from shore. Very sad and tragically, all were drowned except for the wheelsman, Harry Stewart, who actually managed to swim ashore. Once he made it to shore, he actually laid there for quite some time, and this was between Grand Marius and Deer Park. He was spent and almost completely unconscious for over an hour. He then crawled about 10 miles to a life-saving station. Harry attributed his survival to a heavy knit close-fitting pea jacket that he was wearing, and he said this alone saved him. There are some experts, however, that disagree about the Western Reserve's construction or design contributing to her breaking up in the storm. Some people believed it sank due to haugen. This is where the middle of the ship is lifted up by a large wave, leaving the 2 ends hanging in midair, and then causing the middle to snap like a twig and break apart. For over 132 years, the location of the Western Reserve was a complete mystery. And then, in the summer of 2024, the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society's research vessel, David Boyd, found the Western Reserve laying in over 600 feet of water off the coast of Whitefish Point. This was a tremendous discovery, and, according to the Society, underwater video then revealed that the Reserve was broken almost straight in half. The way the Reserve sank, the bow fell right on top of the stern. They had been systematically searching for the ship for over 2 years in a grid pattern with side-scanning sonar. This discovery, however, was not publicly announced until March 10, 2025, and this was after the Society had contacted the descendants of Captain Minch, a distant relative of the Steinbrenner family. And that is the full story of the SS Western Reserve. Do definitely check out other information listed below and whatever you guys can find out as well. This is an incredible discovery recently here. Not that any other vessel's discovery isn't, but this one in particular has been a mystery for quite some time. And yeah, this was really awesome to go through. And every shipwreck with loss is a tragedy. And in doing this, I do hope that this brings light to the tragedy that these crew members and families as well suffered out on Lake Superior. It's never an easy job. It's never an easy thing when you learn about the fate of these people, but it's definitely worth bringing up and never letting them be forgotten. And with all due honor and respect to these people, I hope this tiny short video can bring a great interest, not only to this ship and its story, but all the Great Lakes and the ships with the crews and people that have been lost on it. I was ecstatic when I heard the news about this, that the Western Reserve was found, and incredibly excited to see what maybe some new mysteries can be brought to light about her, or other things that led to her sinking. Also, hopefully with any remaining family members still alive today, that this can give them some peace of mind, hopefully, and bring them that closure. But yeah, this was a very exciting story to go through, and I hope you all can appreciate this and everything that these people went through, and I very much enjoyed sharing about it. But yeah, definitely do some more research on it, find out some more stuff, because there's plenty of other stuff to be known about her, and not just what happened to her, but I'm sure there's a plethora of other details that we can find about her that would be definitely interesting and worth noting here that I haven't even touched on. But yeah, that will do it for today's episode on Songs of the Great Lakes. I greatly appreciate the video footage I was able to find and to use. All credit to Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society. And thank you again, everybody, for sticking with me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, God bless you all.